This Christmas, homemade will once again reign supreme. Fresh shall conquer frozen. Succulent can overcome scrawny. And one man shall tempt us to fresh waters, whilst another freezes from tasteless turkey forever.
My Christmas wish would be that everyone tried to buy local food as much as possible.
Saviours of our festive feasts, Rick Stein and the Food Heroes in half an hour on BBC Two.
Dragon's Den, the final.
What does Christmas mean to me? Well, it's a time for spending with the family, isn't it? Although there are some good things about it too.
The Dead Ringers Christmas Special, Friday at 10 on BBC Two.
So, a Christmas feast for Rick Stein in half an hour, discovering some of the finest Christmas fare in the land. First on BBC Two, some thinking time.
University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello, tonight is the last of the first round matches. In half an hour's time, we'll know all 14 teams who are through to the next round, as well as the 4 highest scoring losing teams who will get one more chance to qualify. And to do that, 130 is the score to beat. Now, Nottingham University has its roots in the adult school, which was established in 1798, but the original University College building was opened in the city centre in 1881. After the First World War, the generosity of the owner of a certain high street chemist chain enabled it to move to its present campus location, 3 miles from the centre of Nottingham in hundreds of acres of parkland. D.H. Lawrence was a student there, and it's the foremost centre for the research into his works, despite the fact that he ended up running off with the wife of one of its professors. Let's meet the Nottingham team.
Hi, I'm Rafiq Callum from Watford and I'm reading Maths and Economics.
Hello, I'm Anthony Fox from Widnes in Cheshire, reading Medicine.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Alex Jolly, I'm from Portsmouth and I'm reading Medicine.
Hi, I'm Paul Renshaw, I'm from Manchester and I'm reading Genetics.
Now, established in 1997, the Imperial College Faculty of Medicine is an amalgamation of 3 medical schools, St Mary's, Charing Cross and Westminster. Despite an impressive list of alumni, including Sir Alexander Fleming, Sir Roger Bannister and Professor Lord Winston, this team complain the medical school is seen as something of a black sheep compared to the upstanding and staid reputation of Imperial College, perhaps due to the annual food fight staged between its constituent hospital schools. This team are also regular faces at the quiz night held in the med school, so tonight should hold no terrors for them. Let's check out their bedside manner.
Hello, I'm David Ellis. I'm from Suffolk and I'm reading Medicine.
Hello, I'm Jason Ho. I'm from Singapore and I'm reading Medicine.
And their captain.
Hi, my name's Richard Hutchinson. I'm from West Yorkshire and I'm studying Medicine.
Hi, my name's Catherine Fitzgerald. I'm from Salisbury in Wiltshire and I'm studying Medicine.
OK, let's get on with it. 10 points for this starter question. What's been described by Longfellow as the universal language of mankind, by Samuel Johnson as the only sensual pleasure without vice, and by Shakespeare in Antony and Cleopatra as the moody food of us that trade in love?
Nottingham Jolly.
Music.
Music is right. Your bonuses are on poetry. Who, according to the title of his verse autobiography, was summoned by bells?
John Betjeman.
Correct. The bells they sound on Bredon, and still the steeples hum. Come all to church, good people. Oh, noisy bells, be dumb. I hear you, I will come. Which poet's lines are these in a collection of 1896?
Hardy.
No, they're from Houseman's A Shropshire Lad. And finally, which destination completes these lines from Kipling? For the wind is in the palm trees, and the temple bells they say, come you back, you British soldier. Come you back to... where? Come on.
Mandalay.
Mandalay's correct. 10 points for this. It's going to be a rough ride because I don't look or sound like any of my predecessors, but I think people will get used to a big-eared northerner running around. Who said this upon taking...
Imperial Fitzgerald.
Christopher Eccleston.
That's right, when he became Doctor Who. Your first set of bonuses, Imperial, are on papal elections. In what century was a bull issued by Pope Nicholas II to restrict suffrage in papal elections to members of the College of Cardinals, thus excluding the Emperor of Germany?
7th century.
No, it was the 11th century, 1059 to be precise. In 1970, Paul VI decreed that cardinals over the age of 80 were ineligible to be part of the electorate. Of the 182 cardinals, how many were eligible to vote in the papal election of April 2005? You can have 5 either way.
$150.
No, it was 116. Since 1846, which part of the Palace of the Vatican has served as the location for papal elections?
Sistine Chapel.
Correct. 10 points for this starter question. The chemist Herschel Smith, whose research led to the manufacture of the contraceptive pill, the former Beatle George Harrison, and the author Douglas Adams are among the new online editions to which updated reference work, published in 2004 and costing £7,500 for a complete...
Nottingham Jolly.
Dictionary of National Biography.
That's correct, yes. Your bonuses are on names, Nottingham. Born 1956, which American boxer took an Olympic gold medal in the light welterweight class at the 1976 Games in Montreal, retired twice in the 1980s, but made a comeback in 1987, defeating Marvin Hagler to take the WBC middleweight title?
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Correct. The American thriller writer Elmore Leonard has had several of his novels made into films. What was the name of the Quentin Tarantino film released in 1997 and based on Leonard's novel Rum Punch?
Jackie Brown.
Correct. Which song by Leonard Cohen has been covered by Judy Collins, Peter Gabriel, Nina Simone and others, and concludes, you want to travel with her and you want to travel blind and you know that you can trust her for she's touched your perfect body with her mind?
No, don't know.
Suzanne, 10 points for this. The History Boys, published in 2004 and set in a 1980s grammar school, and 40 Years On, published in 1968 and set in a public school called Albion House, are plays by which...
Nottingham Fox.
Alan Bennett.
Alan Bennett is right. Your bonuses are on innovations in transport. Firstly, for 5, Kirkpatrick Macmillan, born at Thornhill near Dumfries in Scotland, is generally credited with the invention in 1839 of the modern form of which mode of transport, pioneered in earlier versions by François Masurier, Michel Blanchard and Baron de Dreux de Sabron.
Bicycle.
Correct. What name was given to the bicycle first built by the French father and son Pierre and Ernest Michaud in 1861 when they made the cranks of the pedals pivot integrally around the axle of the front wheels, to which the pedals transmitted their movement directly?
Velocipede. Velocipede.
Velocipede is right. Having also designed the suspension for the Mini, which engineer in 1962 devised a bicycle named after him with independent suspension for front and rear wheels and, in some versions, the capacity for the frame to be folded?
Raleigh.
No, it was Dr. Alex Moulton. We're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, simply tell me what this means in Morse code.
Nottingham Jolly.
SOS.
SOS is correct. For your picture bonuses, you'll see 3 words associated with distress and written in Morse code. In each instance, I want you to give me the word. Here's the first for 5.
OS, isn't it? So lost, do you think? Lost? Yeah. Lost?
Lost is right. Here's the second.
S. Is that A? Could be save. Or was it save or safe? Save. Save with V. Okay. Save.
No, that's send. And finally...
second one's an E. Help. Sorry. Help. Help?
Well worked out, yes. Right, 10 points for this starter question. Used as a treatment for various allergies and skin conditions, which hormone produced by the adrenal glands promotes the synthesis and storage of glucose and is important in the normal response?
Imperial Hutchinson.
Cortisol.
Cortisol is right. Right, your bonuses are on photosynthesis in plants. Firstly, in plant cells, which organelles are the site of photosynthesis?
Chloroplasts.
Correct. Chloroplasts have 3 different types of membranes, the outer and inner chloroplast membranes, and which other that comprises the grana and the intergranal frets?
Nuclear membrane?
No, they're the thylakoid membranes. The thylakoid membranes contain the energy transducing apparatus for photosynthesis, including electron transport chains and which synthase enzyme?
Cytochromes.
No, it's ATP. 10 points for this. If God spare my life, ere many years, I will cause a boy that driveth the plough shall know more of the Scripture than you doest. These words are attributed to which translator of the Bible executed near Brussels in 1536?
Nottingham Fox.
Tyndall?
Tyndall is right, yes. Your bonuses are on politics, Nottingham. The National Teenage Party, which contested the Stratford-on-Avon by-election in 1963, was a forerunner of which fringe political party founded 1983?
Monster Raving Loony Party?
Yes, it was. One of the National Teenage Party's proposals, the lowering of the voting age from 21 to 18, became law in which year?
I think it was around then. 1969.
Correct. Thought by some to have improved public order. Which Loony Party policy became law on August the 22nd, 1988? Come on.
Extension of licensing hours? Yeah. Extension of licensing hours?
Specifically?
Oh, all-day opening.
Yes, I'll accept this. Afternoon pub opening on weekdays, I'll accept that, yes. 10 points for this. From the Red Sea port from which they were first shipped, what name is shared by a soft leather made from sheepskin and a fine quality coffee, or a drink made with or in imitation of this, typically with chocolate added?
Nottingham Jolly.
Is it Mocha?
It is Mocha, yes. Your bonuses are on the novels of Thomas Hardy. In each case, I want you to give the novel in which the following characters appear. Firstly, for 5, Damon Wildeve, Thomasin Yeobright, Eustacia Vi and Diggory Venn.
Return of the Native.
Correct. Secondly, John Loveday, Bob Loveday, Anne Garland and Festus Derriman.
The Woodlanders.
No, it's the Trumpet Major. And finally, William Boldwood, Fanny Robin, Gabriel Oaken, Bathsheba Everdeen.
Far from that in crowd.
Correct. 10 points for this. Noted for his role at the Congress of Vienna. Which foreign secretary was blamed for the reactionary policies of Lord Liverpool's government and committed suicide in 1822, believing that he was being blackmailed on account of his homosexuality?
Nottingham Fox.
Castlereagh?
Lord Castlereagh is right. Your bonuses are on the events of 1689. Firstly, named after a South German city, what anti-French coalition was known as the Grand Alliance after England joined in May 1689? Come on.
Munich.
No, it's the League of Augsburg. Signed in August 1689, the Treaty of Nerchinsk agreed trading rights on the Amur River and was the first treaty agreed by which 2 states?
Britain and India?
No, it's Russia and China. The Statute of 1689, enshrining the constitutional principles won during the Glorious Revolution, is known by what 3-word common name?
We don't know.
That was the Bill of Rights. Still plenty of time, Imperial. See if you can get going with this starter question. Which empire defeated the Persians at Nineveh in 627 and reached the height of its powers from the 9th to the 11th centuries, but was defeated in 1071 by the Turks at the Battle of Manzikert?
Nottingham Renshaw.
Byzantine.
Byzantine Empire is correct. Your questions are on a murderer. Firstly, between 1950 and 94, which criminal featured in the plots of films called Room to Let, A Study in Terror, Time After Time, and Deadly Advice?
Or it might be.
Yeah, oh,
it might be Ed Gein as well, the serial killer they're based on.
Come on.
Go for
Jack the Ripper.
Correct. The Lodger, Alfred Hitchcock's 1926 film based on the Jack the Ripper story, starred which actor, composer and playwright as a suspected murderer?
Noel Coward.
No, it was Ivan Novello. And finally, in which opera by Alan Berg are the heroine and her admirer, Countess Geschwitz, murdered by Jack the Ripper?
Art by Berg. Yeah. Lulu? Yeah. I've not seen it. Lulu?
Lulu is right. Well, we're going to take a music round now. You'll hear an excerpt for your starter of a piece of classical ballet music. 10 points if you can name the ballet, please.
Nottingham Jolly.
Swan Lake.
It is Swan Lake, yes. Music bonuses, Nottingham. 3 more excerpts from classical ballets. In each case, I simply want the name of the ballet. Here's the first for 5.
Yeah, I forgot. Giselle?
No, that was Les Sylphides. Here's the second. Come on.
Nutcracker?
It is the Nutcracker. Finally, this one, please. Come on.
It's one of those.
Right, I need...
Tales from Hoffmann.
No, it's from Bizet's Carmen, which is a ballet as well as an opera, the prelude. Right, 10 points for this. In animal nervous systems, what name is given to the process which, in its simplest form, comprises a stimulus activating a receptor leading to a nerve...
Imperial Hutchinson.
Reflex.
Reflex arc is correct, yes. Your bonuses are all alternative names of battles. Charles Martel's victory over the Moors in 732 is usually called the Battle of Poitiers in continental Europe. Its English name is that of which city on the Loire, about 100 kilometres north?
La Rochelle?
No, it's Tours. The battle known by one side as First Bull Run and by the other as First Manassas was the first major engagement of which war?
Crimea?
No, it's the American Civil War. And finally, which battle is sometimes known by the French name Mont Saint-Jean, particularly by partisans of Napoleon?
Austerlitz.
No, it's Waterloo. 10 points for this. Which northern town was described by Brewer's Dictionary of Modern Phrase and Fable as the apotheosis of sheer corporeal pleasure, and by the Sunday Times...
Imperial Fitzgerald.
Blackpool?
Yes, well done. I can't imagine how you got it from that description, but well done. Your questions are on Asian languages for your bonuses. Fagspar, devised on the orders of Kublai Khan, modified Cyrillic and a vertical script derived from Sogdian, are among the systems used to write which Asian language?
Mongolian.
Correct. Mongolian, Turkic and Tungusic comprise what putative language family named after a mountain range and often grouped with the Uralic languages? Come on.
Nominate high.
Pamir?
No, it's Altaic. Which Tungusic language was that of the nomadic people who established the Qing dynasty in China in 1644?
Manchurian.
Manchu is what I was looking for, but I'll accept that. 10 points here. What is the usual English title for the aria, part of the Hunt cantata with words by Salomon Frank to music by J.S. Bach, that compares people in the secure rule of a good prince to a flock protected by a careful shepherd?
Nottingham Jolly.
Sheep may safely graze.
That's correct, yes. Here are your bonuses. They're on chemical reactions. In a chemical reaction, what name is given to the energy barrier which must be surmounted by the reactants in the course of a reaction before the products are formed?
Activation energy?
Correct. In a chemical reaction at constant temperature and pressure, the energy released or absorbed is a measure of the change in what thermodynamic property?
Entropy. Yeah. Entropy.
No, it's enthalpy. In what type of thermochemical reaction is the enthalpy change negative?
I'm sure it's
negative, so...
Come on.
Exothermic?
Correct. 10 points for this. First proposed in 1798 by the French mathematician Marquis de Laplace, the most positive identification to date of which stellar object was made by the Hubble telescope in May 1994, locating it at the centre of galaxy M...
Imperial Hutchinson.
Black hole.
Black hole is right. Your bonuses are on a literary figure. Which author and graduate of Trinity College Dublin was appointed Vicar of Kilroot near Belfast in 1695, became chaplain to Lord Berkeley and wrote many political pamphlets as his church career progressed?
No, we haven't got any
That was
idea.
Jonathan Swift. What did Swift describe in a critical essay upon the faculties of the mind as being like cobwebs, which may catch small flies, but let wasps and hornets break through?
Dreams.
No, they're laws. Who wrote verses on the death of Dr. Swift containing the lines, "Yet malice never was his aim. He lashed the vice, but spared the name"?
Oscar Wilde.
No, it wasn't. Swift wrote it himself. 10 points for this. What word can mean a device to convert reciprocating motion into rotary motion, or vice versa? A handle used to start an engine by hand. And
Imperial Hutchinson.
Crank.
Crank is correct. Your bonuses here are on shared names. Formerly known as Aspinwall and renamed in honour of Christopher Columbus in 1890, Colón is the second largest city of which Central American republic? Come on.
Panama.
Correct. Teatro Colón, regarded as one of the world's leading opera houses, is located on Plaza Laval in which South American capital? Come on.
Buenos Aires.
Correct. On paper, the most fearsome vessel in Admiral Cervera's fleet, the Cristobal Colón, whose 10-inch guns were in fact only wooden replicas, was sunk on July the 3rd, 1898, during which battle of the Spanish-American War?
River Plate?
No, it's the Battle of Santiago. Right, a second picture round now. For your picture starter, you're going to see a photograph of a house. 10 points if you can name the writer to whom it belonged.
Imperial Hutchinson.
Wordsworth.
That's right, it's Dove Cottage. Well done. OK, picture bonuses. 3 more photographs of writers' houses. In each case, can you name the famous former resident or residents first?
Enid Blyton?
No, that's Jane Austen's house at Chawton in Hampshire. Secondly...
No, no idea.
That's Robert Burns' miserable dwelling. And finally...
Byron.
No, that's the Bronte sisters' pad. 10 points for this starter question. In Christian theology, which single letter denotes the hypothetical source of the passages shared by...
Nottingham Fox.
Q.
Q is right. Well done. Your bonuses are on oceanographic currents. The Gulf Stream extends to form which current passing between Iceland and the British Isles? Come on.
Don't know.
It's the North Atlantic Drift. Which cold current passes south off the coast of Newfoundland in North America?
Northwest Atlantic Drift?
No, it's the Labrador Current. And which current in the Western Pacific passes northeasterly off the southeastern coast of Japan? Come on.
East Pacific Drift.
No, it's the Kuroshio. 10 points for this. What is the colour of primary pigment which makes black when mixed with equal quantities of red and blue pigments?
Nottingham Jolly.
Yellow.
Yellow is right. Your bonuses are on mathematics. In each case, I want the name of the mathematical functions. Firstly, y equals x squared. Come on.
Quadratic.
Correct. Y equals e to the power of x.
Exponential.
Correct. Y equals 1 over x. Come on.
Hyperbolic. Hyperbolic.
Quickly. I want an
Reciprocal.
answer. No, it's hyperbolic. 10 points for this. The Falcon and the Snowman, Cold Comfort Farm, Far from the Madding Crowd and Midnight Cowboy are among the works of which director, born London 1926?
Nottingham Fox.
John Schlesinger.
Correct. Here are your bonuses. They're on books of the Bible. Which book immediately follows the Acts of the Apostles? Come on.
Corinthians.
No, it's Romans. After Joshua in the Old Testament, which is the next book named after a man?
Jeremiah.
No, it's Samuel, consisting of just one chapter with 25 verses. What is the penultimate book of the New Testament?
James.
No, it's Jude. 10 points for this. What is the more common name of the pigment plumbic tetroxide, which is used in paints and gives the Forth Bridge its characteristic colour?
Imperial Hutchinson.
Lead red.
Red lead is correct, yes. Your bonuses are as follows. Firstly, name the symphonic poem of 1897, that French composer Paul Dukas, based on a ballad by Goethe.
Pass.
It's The Sorcerer's Apprentice. The Apprentice's Vade Mecum, a book of advice on morals and conduct, is a work of 1733 by which author, noted for his part in the development of the epistolary novel? Come on.
Pass again.
That's Samuel Richardson. The Good Apprentice and The Philosopher's Pupil are novels by which Booker Prize-winning author who died in 1999?
No, pass.
That's by Iris Murdoch. 10 points for this. The word Bajan refers to an inhabitant of which Caribbean island?
Imperial Hutchinson.
Barbados.
Barbados is right. Here are your bonuses. They're on wood. Which wood from the Salix species of tree is used to make cricket bats?
Willow.
Correct. Which wood from the Picea species is used along with sycamore and other woods to construct violins?
Ash.
No, it's spruce. Which wood was used by the Vikings to make nails for their longboats?
Pine.
No, it's yew. 10 points for this. Which nanny with magical powers first appeared in the story?
Nottingham Jolly.
Mary Poppins.
How many others do you know? Yes. Here are your bonuses. They're on Scottish rocks. The first hole at the Turnberry Championship golf course in Ayrshire is named after which rock in the Firth of Clyde?
Don't know.
That's Ailsa Craig. Situated in the Firth of Forth off the coast near North Berwick, Bass Rock is home to around 10% of the total world population of which large seabird?
Gannet. Gannets.
Correct. Which large rock north of the Shetland Isle of North Unst supports a lighthouse built to a design by the father of Robert Louis Stevenson and is the most northerly part of the British Isles?
Finnan.
No, it's Muckle Flugger. 10 points for this. Which country is bounded on the north by China, on the northeast and east by Vietnam, on the south by Cambodia, on the west by Thailand, and on the northwest...
Imperial Ho.
Laos.
Laos is correct. Your bonuses are on England at the gong. Imperial College have 135 and Nottingham have 245. Well, you did it by the skin of your teeth, Imperial. You'll be coming back in round two as one of the highest-scoring losing teams. And Nottingham, many congratulations to you. You struck me as being on very good form tonight, and 245 is a terrific score. So, as I indicated, we now know who are the highest-scoring losing teams. Imperial College's total tonight is the second highest after St Hugh's College, Oxford. 3 teams notched up 130 points, but only 2 of them can go on to the playoffs. And they are Trinity College, Oxford and St John's College, Oxford, because they reached their total in fewer questions. I hope you can join us next time, but until then, it's goodbye from Imperial College.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's goodbye from Nottingham University.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
Look out for some University Challenge specials over the new year. Meanwhile, over on BBC 4 now, a probing insight into the public and private life of a biologist who will forever be associated with sex, Alfred Kinsey. comedy drama on BBC One now. Sanjeev Bhaskar is the bumbling private detective of